Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for the latest news and information from the city of Greensboro. The city of Greensboro scored a 79 out of 100 possible points in the latest listing of the Human Rights Campaign's Municipal Equality Index, or MEI. The score ranks Greensboro first among all cities in North Carolina for the fifth consecutive year. The MEI examines the laws, policies, and services of municipalities and rates them on the basis of their inclusivity of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, or LGBT people who live and work in the city. Among the index categories where Greensboro scored highest were in municipal services, law enforcement, and the city's relationship with the LGBT community. The annual MEI is produced by the Human Rights Campaign, which represents more than 1.5 million members and supporters of LGBT equality in the U.S. The complete Municipal Equality Index list of rankings is available online. The Mabel D. Smith Active Adult Center received its 5-year recertification as a Center of Excellence by the North Carolina Division of Aging and Adult Services. Centers of Excellence provide exemplary services and opportunities to their communities and serve as mentors and models to other senior centers. Centers that are certified in this category receive 3 times the amount of funding from the Area Agency on Aging compared to centers that are not certified. Of the 163 senior centers in North Carolina, 79 are Centers of Excellence and 6 are Centers of Merit. Smith Active Adult Center originally opened in 1976 as Fairview Recreation Center. It was renamed in 1982 as the Mabel D. Smith Center at Fairview. In 1998, it became Mabel D. Smith Senior Center and transitioned from a traditional recreation center to a senior center serving adults ages 55 and older throughout the Greensboro community. In September of this year, the center's name changed once again to Mabel D. Smith Active Adult Center and began serving active adults ages 50 and older. For more information about Smith Active Adult Center's excellent programs and services, call 336-373-7564. The city of Greensboro was named one of the top-ranked digital city governments by the Center for Digital Government, or CDG, in its annual Digital City Survey. This is the 5th Digital City Survey Award for the city. Greensboro tied for 10th place with the city of Riverside, California, for cities with a population of 250,000 to 499,999. Greensboro was recognized for using technology to tackle social challenges, enhance services, and strengthening cybersecurity, among other categories. Terry Takai, Executive Director for CDG, said this year's Digital Cities winners are working to make their communities more secure, user-friendly, efficient, and resilient. Their efforts are making technology a driver of better, smarter, more responsive government. In the area of security, Greensboro has achieved an ISO IEC 27001 certification, a globally recognized standard for its cybersecurity management program that protects the city's systems and programs from threats and cyber attacks. The city of Greensboro is one of only a few worldwide to achieve this prestigious cybersecurity certification. CDG is a national research and advisory institute focused on information technology policies and best practices in state and local government. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city has partnered with Cone Health for a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's check in with our friends at Cone Health for today's news for your health.
Hi, I'm Nadeem Akhtar, one of the psychiatrists here at Cone Behavioral Health, and we have Neil Mashburn, our physician assistant. We're going to talk about an important topic. As we know, the winter is coming, days are getting shorter, there's going to be decreased sunlight. It can affect people in certain ways. Some people can have depression and sadness. So we're going to talk to you and we're going to take you through winter blues and beyond, and how to and when to get help for it. Now we're going to talk about how to recognize the winter blues or holiday blues. Some of the common things are people may start feeling sad or unhappy for no reason. Some people may actually start overeating and they're spending more time in the kitchen. Some people may sleep less, some people may sleep more. Although the nights are already longer, but they go to bed early, they wake up late. Some people may start complaining of headaches, irritability, having more arguments with the family members. Some people may start not wanting to go to the gym or cut down on their outdoor activities. People may feel tired and demotivated, exhausted. Some people may start indulgence in more alcohol and drugs and feel more worryful and start having more anxiety symptoms.
Here's some tips for coping with the holidays. Number one, set realistic expectations. Make a schedule and stick to it. And in that schedule, be sure to put plenty of downtime for yourself so you can relax and enjoy the holidays. Also, be sure to get plenty of rest, continue to exercise, and try to eat healthy. Take a break from social media. Spend time with your family. Engage. Turn off that computer, shut off that cell phone, and be involved with the family.
Now we're going to talk about the warning signs of winter blues. It is important to recognize it so that you can get help. Some of the common things that can happen is dysfunction. Dysfunction can be in any way. You can start skipping school, not going to work, calling in sick, amotivated, not able to do the things that you were enjoying before, like social activities. Other things to worry about is hopelessness. People start feeling as if there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Crying spells. You're getting more irritable with the family and friends and small things bother you too much. Feeling of guilt, as if you're recalling the past events which are traumatizing. Excessive sleepiness. Not taking care of your personal hygiene. The most important thing is some people start losing weight. If the loss in weight is more than 5% or the gain in weight is more than 5%, it's definitely a sign that this is more than winter blues. You may turning into a major depressive disorder, and it is time to get help.
So when and where to get help? Again, if you have feelings of hopelessness, anxiety, and depression that seem particularly intense and don't go away, or if you're having suicidal ideation or a family history of depression or mental illness, you can always talk to your family doctor, or you can call Cone Behavioral Health, Kernersville Med Center. We're here. Thanks for joining us. We hope we've been able to provide you with some helpful information. If you or someone you care about is experiencing depression or the holiday blues, help is available. For more information, go to conehealth.com/behavioral health.
Catching a glimpse of winter waterfowl is a real possibility thanks to the city's Parks and Recreation Department. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Greensboro Parks and Recreation will offer several winter waterfowl scouting opportunities. You can ride the pontoon boats on Lake Townsend. The tours last approximately 1.5 hours. Each tour is limited to 10 people. Life jackets are provided and binoculars are available upon request. Rides are taking place at 3 p.m. on December 15th, January 5th, January 19th, February 2nd, February 16th, March 15th, and April 1st. The cost is $7 per person. To schedule a tour, call the Lake Brant Marina at 336-373-3741. Lake Townsend is located at 6332 Lake Townsend Road in Brown Summit. For more information regarding this program and others at the City Lakes, visit the city's website. All session ticket books for the 2020 ACC Women's Basketball Tournament set for March 4th through March 8th at Greensboro Coliseum are currently on sale. All session ticket books, which include tickets for all 14 games of the 5-day tournament for $99, are available online through Ticketmaster and at the Greensboro Coliseum box office. The 2020 ACC Women's Basketball Tournament will mark the 20th year the Coliseum has played host to the event, the most of any venue. 6 ACC women's basketball teams ranked in the Associated Press Top 25 poll, the most of any conference. Louisville headlines the group at number 9, followed by number 12, Florida State, number 14, North Carolina State, number 15, Notre Dame, number 17, Miami, and number 20, Syracuse. For more information about ACC women's basketball, visit the website at acc.com or follow ACC women's basketball on Twitter at ACCWBB. Greensboro Parks and Recreation has published its new magazine called Discover Greensboro. This is the department's guide to recreation programs, activities, special events, and parks facilities. The Winter-Spring 2020 issue, which covers January through May, is available online at gsoparksandrec.org. Residents may also pick up free copies at one of the following locations: Parks and Recreation Headquarters, City Recreation Centers and Libraries, Action Greensboro, Downtown Greensboro, Greensboro Chamber of Commerce, Greensboro Children's Museum, Greensboro Convention and Visitors Bureau, Greensboro Cultural Center, the History Museum, and Science Center. A Spanish-language version of the magazine will also be available online, and a limited number of printed copies. Discover Greensboro will be printed 3 times a year. To become a Discover Greensboro advertising sponsor, visit the city's website. In an effort to spotlight and celebrate local artists, business owners, community builders, and essentially the next generation of leaders, the city is proud to partner with Action Greensboro to introduce our Made in Greensboro series. This day, we place the spotlight on Christina Brown and her path to opening Moonbird Pottery. Christina Brown has always been interested in art. She took pottery classes when she was younger, then started making beaded jewelry and got interested in raku beads. She also sold pottery, jewelry, and more at Just Be, a quirky boutique in downtown Greensboro, before selling the shop after 6 years. That's when Christina returned to UNC Greensboro to pursue her passion for pottery. Now, Christina focuses solely on pottery. In November 2016, she opened a brick-and-mortar shop, Moonbird Pottery, on Spring Garden Street, right next to Spring Garden Bakery, a shop she and her husband Tim had previously owned. You can find Christina's pieces not only at her shop on Spring Garden, but in galleries throughout the U.S. West Elm Furniture has contacted Christina to be a local artist at its Greensboro location in the Friendly Shopping Center. Of course, you can also purchase Moonbird Pottery on its online shop. Orders are currently shipping out across the country. Christina says Greensboro really supports the arts and local artists. She loves the process of creating art and being connected with people. In her words, that's what art is all about. To learn more about Made in Greensboro, or to see more images taken by photographers Jerry Walford and Scott Mothersbaugh, visit the Action Greensboro website at madeingso.com. When you're going about your day, do you stop to think about how many things you allow to go to waste? Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about a series of workshops designed to reduce waste. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Being kinder to the environment has become a very real thing as we're faced with making more responsible choices, such as recycling or using biodegradable straws at our favorite restaurants. Joining me now to tell us about the best practices of recycling is Lane Roberts. She is the waste reduction educator for the city of Greensboro. Hello, Lane. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for joining me. What does waste reduction mean from an education standpoint?
Yeah, so what we like to encourage residents to do is kind of think about and reflect about when they're purchasing items. So whether it's thinking about packaging and whether it's recyclable or whether it's sustainable for the environment, or whether it's something as basic as remembering to bring your reusable items out and about into the city as you're shopping or going to a restaurant. I was just telling the folks earlier that I went to Chick-fil-A the other day and I refused to get styrofoam, so I insist and only allow myself to go to Chick-fil-A if in fact I have my reusable water bottle with me.
Okay.
So simple basic things that we kind of know but we've forgotten over time. What we're trying to do is just reinforce those positive behaviors and remind residents of those simple basic things that they can do in their everyday lives to reduce the waste that they create.
Great. Yes.
Yeah.
We are individual entities contributing to this huge mountain of stuff. So one person at a time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, can you give us a crash course about what is recyclable in Greensboro?
Yeah, so recycling here in Greensboro is easy as 1, 2, 3. So the basics are paper and cardboard, metal food and beverage cans, and then plastic bottles, tubs, and jugs. So we're really kind of getting back to the basics. For a long time, we've been recycling items that weren't truly recyclable.
Yes.
And so we're hoping residents will heed our advice with only recycling what is in fact recyclable and not recycling items wishfully. So we do have the GSO Collects app and web tool. So any resident can search in the Waste Wizard an item, and it'll tell them if it's recyclable, how to recycle it, and if it's not recyclable, where it will go. So we're really hoping residents will take that resource and use it. But if you don't know if it's recyclable, we really don't want you to put it in the recycling bin because it does contaminate.
Yes, that's
exactly.
the big word we want to avoid.
Exactly.
So it sounds like waste is what you're trying to reduce.
Yes.
That's your title, waste reduction. Do you have workshops?
Yes.
Is there a term for this?
Yeah, so we started calling these workshops Zero Waste. But over the last year, I really transitioned them to wasteless because I think zero waste is very unattainable,
Yes.
Especially from a manufacturer standpoint.
Yes.
There's always going to be waste, at least on that end. But it's a little intimidating to think about going zero waste in your own individual life, or if you have a family, in your family lifestyle. That's very intimidating.
Yes.
So wastelessness, I think, brings it down a little bit, and it makes it more attainable and less intimidating.
Okay, so there are workshops. Are there tips that you can give us now
Yes.
if we want to go to the workshop, like a sneak peek?
Yeah, so we've had a series of 8 different types of workshops, anywhere from beginner to intermediate to advanced, where we talk about how to go bulk buying, and I don't mean Sam's Club.
Okay.
So I'm referring to like buying bulk nuts and dried beans and rice and things like that, because I think as residents, these new stores pop up and you have these bulk buying options. It can be really intimidating. You don't really know where to start.
Yeah.
So we want to give residents a way to start. And then the last class or workshop that we had was holiday tips and tricks. So we're really trying to run the whole gamut and meet people where they are.
Yes.
And so trying to offer multiple variety of different classes. And what we found is that a lot of residents are coming to all of the classes.
Oh.
So not only do we have new residents joining us, but we also have reoccurring residents. And we just love the connection and the
Discussion.
yeah,
Yes.
it's an open forum. We really try and involve the participants in with the class or the workshop because there's experiences that I can't speak to. I don't have a family of 4 with 2
Right.
infants, but we do have participants who come and they have families and they're on the same journey. But for them as a family, it's very different than it is for me as a fur mom. So
Okay.
I can't really speak to
Right,
those
right.
family lifestyles. Yeah.
So as we get ready to usher in the new year, will you be offering up wasteless workshops?
Yes, so we have 3 that are already scheduled right now, and they're all at Kathleen Clay Library, 7 to 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
We do have the family style where we have invited those families that I was just talking about in to talk about their journey and where they are and how they got there and where they're going. And then we also have a downsizing workshop where we'll talk about specific locations and resources here in Greensboro. So if you are downsizing yourself, or you've recently had a family member to pass and you're stuck with all this stuff and you don't know what to do with it, you're already overwhelmed, I'm going to be focusing on some resources here in Greensboro to be sustainable for yourself and for the environment. And then the last one that we have, we're kind of putting a different spin on. It's going green when you clean. So kind of, there's so many cleaning products out there, but really a lot of the things that you only need are very basic.
Yes. Vinegar and water.
Yes, kind of, yeah. And
I knew that
Yeah,
one.
exactly, yeah. So again, just kind of getting back to the basics. Our
Yes.
program is really focused on whether it's recycling or waste reduction or whatever it is. We're really trying to encourage residents to just get back to the basics and
Simplify your life.
Yes,
Yes,
really.
yes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that sounds exciting. There's so much more I'm sure you could tell us, so I do want you to come back again
Yeah, I'd be happy
keep us
to.
posted on all your workshops. But thank you for what you do to bring awareness and educate our residents so that we can all be good stewards of the environment.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. Stay tuned for a little known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The Greensboro City Council meetings are open to the public, but if you cannot make it to City Hall, we broadcast the meetings right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and Roku. City Council meetings take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Many of you are probably spending your weekends raking enormous piles of leaves so they can be hauled away. The first round of loose leaf collection service is available today through December 23rd. If your leaves aren't gathered before then, the trucks will make the rounds again from December 27th through January 25th. The city's website offers an interactive map that shows where each neighborhood falls on the collection schedule. Meantime, the city recommends the following tips for a successful loose leaf collection season. Rake your leaves to the edge of the yard behind the curb, not in the street or on the sidewalk. Remove any sticks, rocks, and other debris that may damage city equipment, and do not park vehicles on, in front of, or near the piles of leaves. The Yard Waste Program accepts leaves throughout the year. Residents can place those leaves in clear plastic bags or a plastic or metal garbage can and set them at the curb on regular trash collection days. The leaves are converted into compost to fertilize city gardens and landscaped areas. If the landscaped areas in your yard could also benefit from the compost, it sells for $20 per truckload at the White Street landfill located at 2503 White Street. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendar for all the great events happening this week on the town.
Hey, this is Taylor. The holiday season is here and there's a lot going on in Greensboro, so let's get started. This weekend, Greensboro Ballet's sparkling production of The Nutcracker will begin in the dazzling and recently renovated Carolina Theater. Greensboro Ballet invites you to bring your family and friends to the festive holiday tradition of the season. Swirling snowflakes, giant mice, dolls that come to life, and sweets from around the world are just some of the characters you'll experience as you join Clara on her magical adventure. For showtimes and ticket information, visit carolinatheater.com. Continuing this weekend is the Triad Stage's annual production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Come celebrate the season as Scrooge and the Spirits are headed back for a holiday ghost story of hope and redemption. The show starts this Friday and runs through December 24th. Be sure to get your tickets at triadstage.com. On Saturday, come out to the second Saturday Sidewalk Sale presented by the Retail Alliance of Downtown. Stroll the streets while enjoying some great deals, touring art galleries, and watching fun performances. The second Saturday Sidewalk Sale is something you won't want to miss. Visit downtowninDecember.org for more information. Also on Saturday, head downtown for the 4th annual SantaCon presented by Otis and Wawa. Dress up as Santa or in your favorite holiday costume or ugly sweater and bar crawl to many participating downtown businesses. The crawl includes 10 bars, drink specials, a Santa hat, and an event slap koozie. Registration begins at 2:30 p.m. at Stumble Stillskins and the crawl begins at 3 p.m. Proceeds and donations will be given to the Future Fund of Greensboro. Again, visit downtowndecember.org for more information. Don't forget, on Mondays, join the Greensboro Science Center for Magical Mondays. Enjoy complimentary hot cocoa and cookies, listen to the holiday stories with Wonderland Bookshop, create Christmas-inspired crafts, discover the science of the season with Mrs. Claus, and be sure to bring your camera to meet Santa. The event begins at 5:30 p.m. and happens every Monday through December 16th. For more information, visit greensboroscience.org. Keep watching FYI Weekly right here on GTN and have a safe holiday season.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Greensboro Parks and Recreation will host a groundbreaking for Phase 2 of Keeley Park on Wednesday, December 18th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Residents are invited to view renderings of the park improvements, which will include the state's largest inclusive playground west of Raleigh. The additional $2.2 million of amenities will include 3 picnic shelters, cornhole courts, a festival field, an outdoor fitness area with shading, expanded spray ground deck for lounging, and raised flower beds along with a teaching area for the community garden. The new playground called Up in the Air will be a national demonstration site as part of the North Carolina Recreation and Park Association Healthy Play Initiative. Keeley Park is located at 4110 Keeley Road in McLeansville. Phase 2 is funded by the 2016 voter-approved bonds paired with funds from the Land and Water Conservation Fund. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout-out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout-out. This week's shout-out goes to the Greensboro Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disabilities. Volunteers from Guilford County agencies and schools, along with residents, hosted shoppers with different abilities. This marks the 34th annual Shoppers Day at the Four Seasons Town Center. Volunteers gain insight while interfacing with people with disabilities and become aware of barriers in the community. Empathy, acceptance, and compassion are promoted during this event, which creates a more sensitive awareness of the largest minority group's daily challenges. The event includes entertainment, refreshments, free gift wrapping, and photos with Santa. For more information about the Greensboro Mayor's Committee for Disabilities, please call Donna Gray at 336-373-2723. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro. And now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.